Hello, here we are again, week 5, game 6. So let's get right into it. Coach, what you been doing?
Just practicing, trying to beat the rain, and we've had a good week of practice until Thursday, which is today, and that was a pathetic practice right there. And those kind of practices get you beat. Maybe we'll win tomorrow night, but I don't know. Maybe we won't. But the worst practice we've had all year long, we just had right there. Kids were focused all week long through the rain and practicing the rain and all that stuff. But today was a lack of focus, which sometimes you get when you're dealing with kids. But we got too many seniors to have those kind of practices, so we won't have one like that again, I assure you.
Well, it's this time of the season. I guess kids have to understand too that you're putting that pressure on them. Add more dimensions to the offense, add more dimensions to the defense. And with that being said, you've got to do it in order to go forward. And I guess kids need to understand that you're going to test them, whether it be in practice, and then they got to go out there and test it in the game. And if you don't practice it and you don't practice it well, how can you do it in the game?
Yeah, I mean that's just part of being a kid. This is the 6th game, about the 11th week of practice, and sometimes you'll go through a little lull. And our kids have really been able to get past that, never have been through that. But today I thought was a lack of focus, and that's no more than one practice, but it's something's got to be fixed, got to be fixed quickly, and it will be. I mean, our kids hadn't had a bad practice really all year long, maybe one early in fall, but so not the end of the world, but at the same time, it's just learning for kids. I mean, you got to stay focused, and the team who gets tired of practicing is the team who begins to lose. And whether it's now, whether it's playoffs, whatever, I think the team who gets tired of preparing, that means practicing. It is a team that starts to fall to the wayside and get worse. And our kids have not done that. They've worked really hard, but today, in what should be a very simple 40-minute walkthrough, I thought we lost some focus. But we'll get that fixed. We got great seniors. We'll be fine.
Talk about injury-wise. Here we are. We're halfway through the season. You've got your talk to us a little bit just about where you are as far as player-wise.
Well, overall, we've been pretty fortunate, but we did lose one for probably the year. Friday night against Laverne, I think the first kickoff after we scored the first time, early in the game, broke a collarbone or fractured a collarbone, and we've heard anything from 5 weeks to 3 months. So it was Joseph Raby, a really good player for us, our weak safety as we call him, and so he's probably gone for the year. May get back game 10 or later if we're fortunate enough to be in there later. But other than that, we haven't had anything that's missed any game time. So if you can get halfway through your year and with this many kids and not get anything serious, we've been very blessed with that. And hate it for Raby that we lost him last week, but when somebody goes down, somebody else has to step in. That's why everybody practices.
And who will be filling that position?
Brant Leaker came in Friday night against Laverne, did a wonderful job as our second lead tackler in the game. And then with Brant will be Jacquez Smith, who's been one of our running backs, obviously, and he gives us some depth there. So those will be the 2 kids that fill in for Raby.
Well, talk about, we've seen a couple of Horizon players, maybe some players that just hadn't really come up and stepped up to the plate, but we saw a couple of them Friday night. Saw a receiver catch a pretty nice pass and get into the end zone, and a couple of other players, like you said, some other players are slowly but surely starting to step up and feel their way through Friday night.
Absolutely. I mean, every week is we're very talented, first of all. So every week, we have a lot of opportunities. A lot of different kids can make plays, and so I guess you're referring to Justin Crutchfield there, which is 2nd touchdown of the year, and he's played H for us, pretty much all year long, and also plays corner for us when Tyreek or Sean come out. So very talented, another senior, very talented kid, made a good play for us early against Laverne for a touchdown, and has made plays for us all year long. So, we're pretty multi-dimensional, I guess, when it comes to that. Have a lot of running backs that can run, got a quarterback that can run and throw, and a bunch of receivers that can make plays. So, as long as we do what we're supposed to in practice, and as long as we prepare the way we're supposed to, we'll have an opportunity to win, every time we play.
Station Camp Bison, what do you know about them?
Just what I've seen in video, and I have studied a bunch of video. You probably study more video on somebody outside your district than somebody you play every year, because, somebody you play every year, you can kind of look at it, and you kind of know what to expect. You look at last year's video, and then look at what they give you, and then you kind of understand what they're doing. But with somebody you've never seen before, never seen play a game, then you have to spend a lot more time trying to figure out their personnel. First of all, it's not that hard to figure out what they're trying to do offense and defense.
Right.
They're a wing T team. They're a 50 defense, and and so you know what comes with those two, and so you kind of know what they do after you just watch a little bit of video. Now it's a matter of just finding what their tendencies are and finding what their personnel is, and so we spend a lot of video time. Our coaches have, breaking them down, and they're a talented team. I don't know what their record is. I know they beat White House, which is picked to win that district, and I know they beat them 18-14. I know Siegel beat them early, but they were ahead of Siegel 3-0 almost to halftime. So they have a good football team. They're very well coached, unbelievable on special teams, the best special teams team that we played against all year long, and so that'll be important for us. And it's been, we've worked our special teams this week, but with the monsoons, it's been a little bit hard to, to work as much as you want to there. But that'll be important for us tomorrow night. And just coming focused has been important. I mean, it's about us. It ain't really about any of those other things. And it's about us. And if we're focused and ready to play, and we have been for 5 weeks, and I certainly would expect that tomorrow night.
Well, that's great. Well, that'll take a wrap. We appreciate you joining us, Coach, and join us here tomorrow night. Station Camp Bison at the Inferno and Blackman Blaze, 7:30. We'll see you then.